Come, come, whoever you are welcome here. No matter your age, your size, the color of your eyes, your hair, your skin, you are welcome here. No matter how you came here, you are welcome here. No matter whom you love or how you speak or whatever your abilities, you are welcome here. Whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears in your eyes, you are welcome here. If you come with an open mind, a loving heart, and willing hands, then you are indeed welcome here. So welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Church of New Orleans. For almost 200 years, this congregation has been a beacon of liberal faith, spiritual self-fulfillment, and a commitment to making our community and our world a better place for all. I'm Tucker. Hi, good morning. Yeah, I love when y'all say good morning. It's so nice. Yeah, my pronouns are they, them, or he, him. If you're a visitor, we invite you to raise your hand so that we can greet you. Hi, friends. Hey, welcome, welcome. Now I'll share a couple of notes on accessibility. We like to ensure that everyone in attendance can hear the service in its entirety. So if you're unable to hear any of the speakers today, please wave your hand, give us one of these, and we'll do our best to speak up. We have folks in our congregation who are disabled, immunocompromised, or love and care for those who are. We welcome and center masking up as a practice of community care. If you'd like a mask, you can find some in the back on that table near the back door. If anyone of any age would like some activities, fidgets, or toys to help them be more present with the service, you can find pew packs for different age ranges on the table near the main entry door. Please help yourselves and return them after the service if you don't mind. After the time for all ages this morning, children and young folk are welcome to follow our teachers to the kids' room down this hallway. Yes, thank you, my friend. The kids' room is set up during Sunday services for guided learning and play about our UU values. It's out the door behind us on the left and around the corner on the right. If you want to learn more about our religious exploration programming, you can find a member of our RE team during coffee hour. Yes, my friends raising their hands. Great people to talk to. Thank you. As a lay-led congregation, we invite a variety of worship leaders from our congregation and the broader community to give the sermon, to be voices of hope, courage, and spiritual or intellectual transformation from our pulpit. Today, we have the pleasure of welcoming worship leader Juniper Joel Cassaway. Yay! Hello, my friend. Juniper, I wrote this bio, sorry, I just got weird. Okay. Juniper, he, him, they, them, is an artist, a fierce advocate, a sign language interpreter, a teacher, a lover, a dear friend, and an accomplice to so many. And Gabe and I's former roommate on top of all of that. They're a person who makes me feel courageous and hopeful. Joel, thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today. So, please rise in body or spirit and join me in lighting the chalice of our heritage as we read the words that you'll find in your order of service. Also, Joel, would you like to come light the chalice? I forgot to ask. Yeah. With full hearts, we affirm our relationships with one another and recognize our agency and our connective power. And we accept our responsibility to hold and create. We light this chalice, symbol of all that we are, all that we have done together, and all that we will be. And please remain as you are for our opening hymn, which you'll find in the gray hymnal, number 221, We'll Build a Land.
We'll build a land where we bind up the broken. We'll build a land where the captives go free, where the oil of gladness dissolves all mourning. Oh, we'll build a promised land that can be. Come build a land where sisters and brothers, anointed by God, may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, peace like an ever-flowing stream. We'll build a land where we bring the good tidings to all the afflicted and all those who mourn, and we'll give them garlands instead of ashes. Oh, we'll build a land where peace is born. Come build a land where sisters and brothers, anointed by God, may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream. We'll build a land, building up ancient cities, raising up devastations from old, restoring ruins of generations. Oh, we'll build a land of people so bold. Oh, come build a land where sisters and brothers, anointed by God, and then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream. Come build a land where the mantles of praises resound from spirits, one faint and once weak, where like oaks of righteousness stand upright. Oh, we'll build a land, my people will sing. Oh, come build a land where sisters and brothers, anointed by God, may then create peace, where justice shall roll down like waters, and peace like an ever-flowing stream.
Please be seated or get comfy. Now is the time that we welcome all of those here who are either young or young at heart to join Michael up here on the carpet squares for a story.
Good morning. For this final Sunday of Pride Month, where we celebrate everyone, this is The Rainbow Parade by Emily Nielsen. All right. Today is the Rainbow Parade, which means we get to ride on the train. The cars start out empty and gray, but slowly, stop by stop, the whole train fills up with rainbows. Did you see those fairies? Mama says. I think they're going to be in the parade. The rainbow fairy winked at me. My eyes grow wide. Whoa, I whisper. The sidewalk outside is filled with people waiting for the parade to start. Everyone is wearing whatever makes them feel most like themselves, even if that means wearing hardly anything at all. We search through the crowd until we find our family of friends. Happy Pride, Brenda, says Mama. Happy Pride, Jen, says Mommy. Happy Pride, Tiger, I say. Everyone laughs, except for Tiger. He's a dog. Then we sit, and we wait, and wait. and wait until even the grown-ups are tired of waiting. Finally, we can hear the motorcycles roaring down Market Street. The parade is here! Honk, beep, vroom, vroom. There's so many people in the Rainbow Parade. People juggling, people marching, people singing, people dancing, people chanting. But there are three things all the people in the parade have in common. They are extra loud, they are super proud, and they are very colorful. The Rainbow Fairy Queen gives out rainbow candy, stickers, and plastic necklaces. When she gets to me, she says, "Look at those moms. Honey, you have so much to be proud of. Y'all should be in the parade." Us in the parade? I don't know about that. Besides, I love being on the sidewalk. We clap and we cheer and we smile. Sometimes we dance to music. Other times we watch quietly and think. A lot of times we almost catch a free t-shirt, but not quite. So close that time, says Mama, but Mommy isn't listening. Look who's up next, she says. Do you see, Emmy? They are all just like us, says Mommy. Just like us? Then Mommy hops over the fence. Come on, Emily, let's join in. Oh no. I try to imagine myself like the people in the parade, but I can't. Are you ready, Em? Says Mommy. I can feel my face getting hot. I don't know. It's just maybe I'm not loud enough or proud enough to be in the parade. I think I still belong on the sidewalk, I say. What? Says Mama with wide eyes and a smile. You belong in the Rainbow Parade just as you are. So true, says Mommy, but it's okay to feel nervous. Sometimes finding your pride takes a little bit of practice. Let's go, says Mama. We can practice as a family. Okay, I say, and I take Mama's hand. The three of us all start to walk in the parade. We wave, and the crowd waves back. We wave bigger and walk prouder, and the crowd cheers. As the parade comes to an end, I look around at all the people on the sidewalk, at all the friend families, all the parents, all the kids. They aren't juggling or dancing or marching. But they are all still so loud, so proud, and so colorful, just like us. So what did you think of the parade, Em? Mommy asks as we ride the train home. I think I'm going to practice pride all year long, I reply. Me too, says Mama. Me three, says Mommy. And we do. End.
Thank you, Michael. Children are welcome to spend the rest of the service here with us or to visit our kids' room, again, down this hall on the right. So, try that. Thanks, y'all. So now is our time for prayer or meditation, whatever words you use to put toward taking a moment to center yourself, connect with the energies around you, whatever that means to you. This is the moment for that. So feel free to fully arrive, get comfy in your chair, find your feet on the floor or cross your legs, stretch your arms a little, whatever you need to do. And take a deep breath and fully arrive for a second. Today for our meditation, I'm going to read just a short piece by Andrew Weber. It's called The Love We Pray. To the highest spirit of all our aspirations, to that which grounds us and uplifts us, to that which transcends us, and to the sense of community which we create, we come in prayer today. Our prayer is one of desperation and hope. We are in despair that protests such as this are needed. We are frustrated that politicians and governments continually value money and power while ignoring the value inherent in all people. We are angry that our leaders put themselves first, with no regard for whom they go past or through. In the midst of the anger and frustration is hope. Hope that we are here. Hope that a loving world is indeed possible. Hope in the faith that love can and will triumph over violence. I know that every person is worthy of love. With the faith that every person is worthy of love, we will continue to work and strive for a more just world, where the disenfranchised have representation, where the broken are held in care, and where siblings of all backgrounds are welcome. We do not pray for miracle changes in policy and leadership. We do not pray for miracles because we are the miracles. We are the force of the divine in the world. We are the holy wind of change, promoting more love and more justice. Instead, we pray that our words take root. We pray that our actions create a more just, more loving, and more equitable world. Gently notice the people to your left and right. Notice also yourself, hands and feet. You are experiencing the divine embodied. Not only do we pray, we also are the answers to our prayers. We are the force of the holy, responding to our own desperation and hope. You are that divine force of goodness and justice we have been waiting for. May we all remember today and forward into this trying year and the years to come, you are worthy of love. At all times, and despite actions or words from others, you are worthy of love. And you are responsible for promoting the justice you seek in the world. You are the love we are praying for. Amen. Let us enter into a brief time of silence, which will close by singing together, voice still and small. The words can be found in your order of service. Please join me as we read our responsive reading, Beloved Presence, found in your gray hymnal, number 607. I think I got the number right this time. 607. I'll begin, and please respond with the text in italics. Cloak yourself in 1,000 ways. Still shall I know you, my beloved. I shall salute you in the singing of cypresses, and in the sheen of lakes, the laughter of fountains. O beloved presence, more beautiful than all the stars together. You gladden the whole earth and make every heart great. Whenever you're ready, Juniper. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm so glad to be here with everyone this morning. My name is Juniper, or you can call me Joel. And as Tucker said, my pronouns are they, them, or he, him. And I'm going to start by talking a little bit about myself, for those of you who don't know me. And that will lead us into what we're going to be speaking about today and exploring today together, which is finding and utilizing your audacity. I invite you to be as expressive and involved in this message as you want to be. There will be times where we will have some participation as part of what happened in the Time for All Ages. Part of that message is included in this, which is it takes practice. Also, we will be practicing together using our audacity. So, I am originally from North Carolina. I was born there in Winston-Salem, and when I was 8, my family moved to Houston, Texas, where I grew up. I have since lived in Louisiana since 2021. I lived in Baton Rouge before, and I've lived in New Orleans for the last 2.5 years. I have wonderful friends and community in this city and all around the country, all around the world, honestly, and I'm just so thankful to have found places to be myself, a place in this world and feeling like I can truly be myself. And that's something that I hope for everybody, and that's part of why I'm sharing this message today. A few other things about me is that I love the color purple. I love mermaids. I'm queer, genderqueer. Some of the things that Tucker said at the beginning, introducing me. I'm involved in a lot of different things, performing in the community. Acting is one of my favorite things. And in all of these things that I've had the privilege of being involved in, a lot of folks, when I talk about, this is random anecdote about my life, random experience about my life, they're like, where did all of this come from? What are these lives you're living? And to that I say, I don't even know sometimes. It's a lot, but this is part of the encompassed experience of possessing and fully embodying your audacity, which I can't wait to get into. Yay. So this will begin a little bit with an anecdote, an exposition, and then a call to action. The anecdote I want to start with is the year of 2024 for me. I had just left an abusive marriage and moved from Baton Rouge. I moved in with Tucker and Gabe, and I lived here for a little while with them. And as I began starting over in a new city, in a new place, I had to really sit down with, what are the things that I want to do? What are the things that make me me? What are the things that I was losing parts of myself that were being stripped away while I was in that relationship? Now, this isn't where I started the concept of recognizing what Audacity is, but it is where it really started to grow into something that I realized is a skill and also something that needs practice, but something that when we take a moment to intentionally build on these skills can give us so much fulfillment and also give so much into the community that we are part of. So, within that year in 2024, I decided to finally do something that I've wanted to do for years, which is to buy a mermaid tail. Now, you might be wondering, did you know? Yes, that is exactly the energy. You might be wondering, did you know you could even buy a mermaid tail? Did we know this? If you didn't, I'm here to tell you today, you can too live your mermaid dreams if you so choose. So I've dreamt since I was 12 at least of owning a mermaid tail, a little, the mono fin that you put on your feet so that your legs are together, because magic, unfortunately, could not grant me a tail. And it may be made out of different materials, but kind of scuba knit material that shimmy on in, and there you are, you're a mermaid. So I finally chose that moment to really to do something I've always wanted to do, which is get a mermaid tail. And after all those years, and even the recent years leading up to then, of being like, why didn't I just do this? Like, it was a very simple task. It was pretty affordable nowadays. I mean, when I was younger, it was like a couple $1,000s to get a silicone tail and all these things, and now they're as cheap as $100. So there are I know, it's really, the times are changing. We love the accessibility for the mermaid industry too. So these things started popping up of me being like, this is so fully who I am. Why did I not make this choice before to step into that? Besides the things that are barriers, like monetarily or things of that nature. In addition to that, when I started, I called it my mermaid summer of 2024. I also saw online a call to audition for the mermaid pageant in Houston. I submitted my audition. I had a virtual tryout, and then I was chosen as Mix Olokun, which is, they were embodying some of the deities of different spiritual things around the world. So it was a really amazing opportunity, and I was so like, wow. Now, what would have happened if I just would have been like, oh, that's so cool, I wish I could have done that? I wouldn't have even gotten close to imagining, to dreaming that I was going to be able to do that I went to Houston to do that. And for the first time that year as well, I attended the Afro Mermaid Summit in Miami, Florida, which is a collection of BIPOC mermaids, specifically, but all are welcome, to uplift mermaids of color in the community, and for us to have a space to gather and be ourselves in our full mermaid joy and finery, and to gather and play and express ourselves in joy. Now, I named those instances specifically around my mermaiding to exemplify how there are times when we're told this is unacceptable, or this is not age appropriate, or there are so many things that are put on us that are limiting. But I want to talk about how do we unearth our audacity in these moments, in these situations, in this culture that we live in the Western. So, as I'm talking today, I'm going to be speaking from personal lived experience and observation. With that comes all of the cultural knowledge, teachings, and learnings that I've invested time and energy into. And I ask that you listen with respect and an open mind and heart into what could be applicable or what you would like to explore in your own life. So how do we unearth our audacity? What makes one person have so much audacity and what makes another person struggle? It starts with not denying yourself. This could be a lot to talk about, to dig into, to self-reflect, but the most audacious you is the most sincere you. And it starts with having authority over yourself. What you think, what you feel, what is honoring to yourself, your belief systems, your values, and the people around you. And it starts small. It seems like this could be a big concept that we're talking about of how do we make change in community? How do we use our audacity? And this is what I'm telling you is I've considered doing a whole course workshop on this series on this because I have so much I could talk about. So I'm going to try to go through some of this, but I want to start with the small things, some of the things that the steps that I took that I didn't even realize until looking back over my whole life and like, oh, these were the moments that really helped start building that for me. One of the first things I want to say is wear what you want to wear. Wear what makes you comfortable. Even in the Time for All Ages story was so fitting. People are out for pride in the streets wearing what makes them most comfortable, whether that is things that are sparkling glittery, things that are baggy and flowy, things that are, or barely anything at all, as the book said, you know? So there are times when insidious little moments that we're given instructions that are told just either subliminally or explicitly how we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to behave, how we're supposed to interact with folks, interact with ourselves, what we're supposed to believe about ourselves. But what makes you feel your best, what you adorn yourself with, is one of the first steps to embodying the fullness of yourself. And again, it's hard to explore having audacity if you don't even know what that's bringing out of yourself. Another one, which I love, and I love that it's exemplified here so much, is singing at the volume that you want to sing. Now, it's funny because I feel like people are like, okay, where's Juniper going with this? These are like things maybe I've heard before. These are things that are like simple steps. I know it sounds simple, and it's kind of as easy as 1, 2, 3. But the thing is, you have to do it with intention. The intention that comes with looking in your closet, saying, checking in with yourself. What do I feel like wearing today? What do I want to express today? What part of myself do I want to show today? It's important. Those little moments make up so much of our collective identity about ourselves, what we've told ourselves throughout our whole lives. One of the big things that also has made an impact is checking in with yourself. No matter how long that takes sometimes. Someone asks you a question. Hey, where do you want to eat today? I take a moment. Let me think about that. I feel like barbecue, you know? Someone asks you, how are you feeling today? Or, truly, what we start all saying in passing, how are you? This is one of the first things I started doing in that, of challenging how that is a simple greeting that we often use. sometimes not asking truly to listen to the answer, a lot of people. And something I found myself having the audacity to do was to take time to answer the question. And it's very shocking sometimes to folks to be like, oh, you're actually sincerely telling me how you are. Okay, wait, I don't know if I was ready for that. But it puts us in a space to be present with yourself and with the people around you. So there's a few other audacities that I'm going to get into, and then we're going to do a little practice. The audacity to say no. In checking in with yourself, in listening to your body, into listening to your gut, in listening to your spirit, and in following your values. There are times often that our body will tell us no, that we will know the answer is no, but that we feel so much pressure or expectation around either following what other people are doing in this moment, either thinking, what do other people expect me to do in this moment? What do they expect my answer to be? How do they expect me to behave? And saying no if it does not align with you in that moment. It's such a taboo word sometimes. No. A complete sentence, by the way. Explaining yourself. Wait. Feeling the need to explain ourselves, to over-explain why we deserve to honor our yeses and nos. It has taken so much from us. It's taken so much from us. That goes into the audacity to not apologize. Saying sorry for just existing. Unnecessary apologizing is a fawning response to those we perceive to be more important or more deserving of courtesy from us than we deserve from ourselves. I'm so thankful that there are people in my life who started being able to reflect to me, hey, gotta apologize for that. Why are you saying sorry right now? One of those people being my dear friend Tucker. At the time where I was living with them, my goodness, so much external correction, which then also helped me to be able to turn into internal correction of the narrative, of the compulsion to apologize for existing. So the audacity not to not apologize is enforced by accountability from community and accountability from yourself. And that's the thing about audacity. It is an internal experience often. No one else can tell you, yes, go for it, do it, or stand firm in that. It is a muscle. It takes practice, which is why I'm starting out with some of the smaller things of like the day-to-day of what can we do, because it's a years-long process. And it can also happen in a moment and be developed in a moment that calls for it. At times, there's lots of things to know about this. The audacity to slow down. Slow down. Being disabled, I have to slow down. There are times when I have no choice but to slow down. And to be in a world that is so rapidly go, 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 it has taken audacity to demand presence where I am, in the motion that I am, in the progress that I am making, in the pacing that I am taking. And of course, all of these are so intertwined with them, each of these things. Because how am I going to take that? How am I going to learn the audacity to slow down if I have not yet started practicing the audacity to say no? If I have not yet started practicing the audacity to not apologize for when I do need to take time? Again, these build so much on themselves, and it seems like it can sometimes be such a difficult process, but all of these things are to honor yourself, and on honoring yourself, you are able to then better honor others in your community. Which brings me to the audacity to care. The audacity to care so much about people, the audacity to care so much about a cause, the audacity to care so much about your loved ones, yourself, the things you're passionate about, your hobbies. I made it to a point in my life where fully have embraced I'm a mermaid, as we've discussed. And in that, I also have fully embraced that it's okay to care so much about mermaids. I love mermaids. It's incredible. They're incredible. I have a tattoo of myself as a mer person on my thigh, you know? So it's one of those things that, and then when people walk in my house and they're like, oh, there are mermaid things everywhere in here. And not feeling shame about that, not apologizing about that, not telling myself no in moments that I see a mermaid thing and I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want that. I know that. You know, I'm like, this is so great. This is so great. It's okay. Let yourself care about those things. Having that passion, expressing that, it's wonderful. And it's something that makes you special and unique. And there's no reason why, if it is something that's fulfilling to you and not harmful for others, that you should not be able to experience the joy of fully enjoying something that you love to do, something that makes you happy. The audacity to care also applies to others, people who are different from you, situations that you might not have been in. When we are involved in community, oftentimes we will be coming up against situations that we either have not experienced ourselves or it's our first time in that situation. We're wondering, what do we do? Oftentimes we're told to think, well, what would I want someone else to do if I were in this situation? I invite you to think about, when you're come up against a situation, what do you want to do in that situation? What are your values and your heart leading you to do in that situation? Oftentimes, our audacity is small. It is a sensation, it is a voice, it is a reaction in our bodies. And again, taking the time to really close your eyes, center yourself, think, listen, breathe. You'll have seen me take several moments up here to just breathe. And I feel so thankful that I am at a place that I feel like I have the audacity to take up space, which I deserve, which we all deserve. Our values guide our actions. Audacity determines the frequency, speed, and ease of our response to those actions. What I mean by this is, there are situations in which, can someone give me a situation that you either maybe have been in, or a situation that maybe you're even afraid to be in, or that you have yet to be in, that you want to be prepared to be in, that you would want to make an action or feel like something would lead you to take a stand, intervene, make a move, do something. Are there any situations that you have thought of that it could come up for you? Yes. Mm. So if you're saying in a situation that you hear a song that's not appropriate, what was your first response to that internally? Mm. Sadness and anger. What did your sadness and anger bring up for you that did you feel like you wanted to do something in that moment? Mm. I appreciate you sharing. Thank you so much for having the audacity to talk about something that did not sit right with you, and as well as the values that a lot of us share. It's something to consider. Thank you so much. The biggest thing to know about Audacity is that it is such a personal. We can only control what we share, what we say, what we do. And that is our responsibility to hold as people, as individuals, as members of the global community. What we cannot control is people's responses to our audacity, unfortunately. Unfortunately. And that is where audacity comes in as a community conversation. Do you have the audacity to listen to someone you care about, even someone you might not know, and something that they have just had the audacity to express? Do you have the audacity to care, to hold that, to listen? Audacity doesn't mean being brave all the time, doesn't mean knowing everything, doesn't mean not being nervous or scared. Audacity doesn't mean the situation or even the words that come out of your mouth will go exactly the way you want. But audacity does mean bringing your full self and your truth to the forefront. And that is something that we have been so discouraged from doing in an attempt to fit into a mold, in an attempt to keep the peace, in an attempt to oppress and silence several people, communities. Our audacity has been intentionally stripped from us. It is an act of autonomy and authority over yourself to possess that audacity, truly embody it. I'd like to invite one more person to, if there are any situations or anything you would like to share today that you feel is a push for your audacity. I'd like to invite you to raise your hand and share. Hmm. They said, I have not, yeah, I'll repeat. They've been struggling with dressing how they want to and expressing that in that way. When you think about dressing how you want to, when you see something you want to wear, how does that make you feel when you are excited about an outfit? Mm. Being offended or thinking about being excited about, yes, shared thinking about, oof, so sorry, I was receiving. So being concerned also of who might be offended by that expression, even though it's something that excites you or makes you happy or is something you want to do. One of the biggest enemies of audacity is shame. Perceived shame, actual shame, societal consequences, social taboos. Is there, do you believe that other people deserve to wear what they want to wear? Why are you not considered one of those people? You know, we are special. We are important. Yes, there is something to be said about caring for other people, of course. You also have to care about yourself and care for yourself. You deserve to be here. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to say what's on your mind. You deserve to be in community with people who listen. I'll wrap this up because I don't want to take too much more time. But I really appreciate everyone who showed up today, everyone who listened, everyone who took anything from this message. I really appreciate your time, your attention, your audacity. It's something that is special. And it makes me emotional to think about. Thank you for allowing me to have the audacity to share this message and to connect with you all in this way. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, one more little round of applause for our dear friend Joel and for Audacity. As you use, generosity is one of our shared values. As you use, we agree to cultivate a spirit of gratitude and hope. We understand that generosity is a spiritual practice that connects us to one another in relationships of interdependence and mutuality. All are welcome here, whatever your financial circumstances. We now invite you to practice the act of giving by placing an offering in the collection plate, by using the information in your order of service to give electronically, or by joining us in this community in a myriad of other ways that we'll discuss in our announcements in a moment. Thank you. Gifts to this community of faith are gratefully received. Let us acknowledge these gifts by reading together the words in your order of service. This gift from the abundance of my life blesses our ministries. Like I mentioned, giving and the offering plate and pledging are a part of how we steward this congregation. There are countless other ways to serve, build community, and share our love with the rest of the city. Thank you. Projecting. Got you, Glenn. Today is a very exciting day. There's a picnic in the park for families and people who love families. So you're all invited? Yeah. Join us for a picnic in the park. All religious exploration families and RE volunteers are welcome. Please bring picnic treats to share if you remembered. If not, just show up. That's today, 12:30 to 2:30 at the Walnut Street Playground at Audubon Park. I also wanted to share that next Sunday is Soapbox Sunday. What's on your mind? Including the 2026 and 2027 board installation with worship leader Beverly Rainbolt. So join us next Sunday. Also just wanted to add, there is a note in the digest honoring our beloved Mary Jo Day, who passed away earlier this month. A dear friend and longtime member of this community. She sang in the choir. She sat on the board of trustees. In 2007, she received the Theodore Clapp Award for her decades-long service. As a kid, post-Katrina, she was a very safe adult in my life. Much love to Mary Jo Day. And thank you to everyone who's been sharing stories and remembering her incredibly caring, loving, witty, fashionable self. It's been really sweet to get to share in that together. And lastly, I'm going to ask Beverly to come up for our spotlight announcement. A lot going on right now. Thanks, Beverly.
Good morning. It is still morning, I think. Yes, so we're moving. Yeah, we're moving to the Fellowship Hall for for next Sunday. This is the next step that we knew was coming, and first of all, qualifier. Remember, every time I stand up here, I'm a consummate liar when I say about what our plans are here, because they're not our plans. They're not even really Rain's plans. They're the construction crew's plans. So things get changed a lot, but this is what it looks like is going to happen this week. We're going to move to the Fellowship Hall. We will be there an unknown number of weeks. That's where we'll be. The coffee will be there too. So there's that. But so there's a lot of questions. I have many questions. There's a lot of questions I haven't even thought of to ask. But that's all I know right now. So Rain is going to take care of moving the chairs and the piano and the hymnals that we box up. We need to bring our important stuff, and we need to find a place for some of it. So I need volunteers. I need a team. I need a couple of teams of 3 or 4 people to, by the way, when you leave today, if you would take your hymnals and put them in a box back there, that would be very helpful. And then I need like 4 or 5 volunteers that will meet me up here either Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know when yet. So I have a volunteer sheet that says moving availability, and you can sign your name under Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. And then I'll get in touch with you, and we're going to take the banners down. We're going to move our liturgical tools, and some of it will go in the office. I don't know where all of it's going to go. We have lots. So I also have a sheet that says questions. If you have a question that I probably forgot to figure, or haven't thought of yet, please write it down so that we can work on this. So I have this I'm going to put it down here, and if you would all, just need 3 or 4 people. I don't need everybody. Also, I'm going to tell you this while I write notes to myself. When we are in the fellowship hall, the chapel will be completely off limits because it'll be under construction. That hallway is still off limits because it's under construction. So there are only 2 ways to get into the fellowship hall. One way, and bear with me, when you come into the Circle Drive, there's a gate right over there. Come through that gate. The key code is 5353, by the way, in case somebody hasn't unlocked it when you get here. Come through that gate. Walk through the Memorial Garden, and there's a door right on the other side of this door, right, that comes into that stairwell right there that goes up to the office. Are y'all with me? You're with me? You come through the gate, through the door, and then you go down the hall and up the ramp to the fellowship hall. That's one way. That's one of only 2 ways. Second way is on Pitt Street, come in what was called the RECP gate. RECP stands for Rain Something Child Care Program. I don't know what the E is for. Rain Early Childhood Program. Yes, child care. All right, so it's a lattice gate. It should be unlocked. You come up that ramp. There's a key code to get in that door. It should be unlocked, but if it's not, the code is 8018 asterisk. Right, Bill? Yes, okay. But 9018 works too, but don't go there. All right, so that's 2 ways because the other Pitt Street door is going to have a monstrous crane in front of it. Nobody's coming in that. They're putting a ramp at that door, so that's going to be really nice too. So if you are wheelchair assisted or roller assisted, or you're going to need to come in that RECP gate, because I don't think you're going to be able. I'm not going to walk through there because there's things that trip you. They're not. I just trip easily. It's me. It's all me. Yes, it's very tricky. So we will have we will need volunteers, somebody to be by the gate to kind of help people in, because visitors won't know. We're going to put some signs up, but that's the ingress and egress. I love saying that. It sounds so fancy, much fancier than in and out. Okay, so that's how you get to the service. The service will be in the fellowship hall, and after that, everything will be pretty much the same as soon as, we get it sorted out. Don't know how long we'll be there. I will give you updates, and then they will probably change. What I ask you is to know that we got this. Okay, one more thing. Sometimes you have people that you just see all the time, and they do all the stuff, and they volunteer, and they're sing, and they whatever, and you think they're members, and they haven't signed the book. We have 3 people today who are ready to sign the book. How about that? Yay! And one of them I didn't get to talk to before the service, so I'm going to call your name Bill, and if you're surprised, I'm sorry, but we had talked about this, and you had said you wanted to sign the book, okay? And so that's Bill Brin, yay, and Eileen Weisinger. Sorry, I'm hungry, I'm thinking burgers, okay, so. No way. I've been saying your name and spelling your name wrong all these years. I have the audacity to be wrong. Okay, and the third one is Bobby and Capido? Was that close, Bobby? Okay, would the three of you come up and sign the book, please? And can we... What? Gabriella? I see. We didn't know you were ready to. We can. Yes. What? Wait. Let's take a vote. Do we want Gabby and Cody to sign today too? Yay. Yes. All right. Come on up. I have a purple pen and a blue pen. If y'all want formal black, you'll have to bring it.
Black option.
All right. It is June 28th. Watch the step. No.
I am a member, and I'm ready to be a member again.
Okay, we talked about that.
Yeah.
So we never unsigned your
Exactly.
name.
So can I just cross out the part now?
Oh, is it on there?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm just getting one. Thank you.
Oh, wait, Bill, come back. We want to see you. We'll find it. I don't know where it is either. Sorry. Can we thank Dwayne for pulling a whole repertoire out of his sleeve this morning? It's just so you'll know, Sarah is up here. She didn't slip up here. Sarah had previously changed from being member to friend because she was so busy with little Sarah, Laura, and she has now decided that she has the time and energy and resources to be a member. So, all right, now then, can we welcome everybody, Sarah and Elaine and Cody and Gabrielle and Bill Brennan and Bobby Q. Yay. Please be seated.
All right, beautiful people. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. All of these things. We're going to close out with our closing hymn. Nope, just kidding. First of all, we are going to extinguish our chalice. That's a very important part of what we do. You can find the words in your order of service. We're going to read them together as we extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please remain as you are for our closing hymn, which you will find in the teal hymnal number 1017. It's called Building a New Way. And in honor of Audacity, please sing as loudly as you choose to.
We are building a new way. We are building a new way, getting stronger every day. A new way. We are working. We are working to be free, from greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. And feed high. And meeting our every need. Start with love, that need. Start with love, that is the seed. We can feed every need. Peace and freedom, peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Israel, world I die. Peace and freedom is our cry.
Hey, thanks, y'all. This church is a place in our hearts and a way that we live our lives. Wherever and however we gather, we bring and share the spirit of love and life. Let us invite that spirit to fill us now as we enter into our communities. Please remember to sign up with Beverly if you're down. Please get some coffee, turn and greet your neighbor. I believe coffee's happening. I surely hope so. And thank you so much. Y'all are amazing. Thank you.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling again. Treat like people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling again. Treat like people.